Your thoughts create your actions. Your actions create your life. Do you agree with Gandhi? If so, then when we want to change our life, how can we start with our behavior? Have you ever thought about where those beliefs and those thoughts come from? For me, they started when I was 5 years old, lying in a trailer, a crummy, run-down, musty-smelling, single-wide trailer. And I was thinking, I'm hungry. Why don't the adults in my life make sure that there's food? And those thoughts allowed a weed to begin in my mind. A weed that created the belief that I'm not valuable. Because if I were valuable, the adults in my life would make sure that I had food. And if I were valuable, then my stepfather wouldn't touch me that way. And if I were valuable, I wouldn't be living in a car at the age of 14. And if I were valuable, I wouldn't have been discarded again and again, living with 4 families by the time I was 18. Those weeds, those beliefs, so infested my mind that by the time I was 20, I had completely forgotten the lessons that my grandmother had taught me about gardening. She used to say, honey, if you want those tomatoes to grow, you have to plant the seeds and get rid of all of the weeds. And another thing, if you want cucumbers, you have to plant cucumber seeds. And as a 7-year-old, wouldn't you be thinking, well, duh. But now that I was 20, I'd completely forgotten that. And I wanted to get rid of those feelings of insecurity as fast as I could. So I did what you would do. I joined Mary Kay Cosmetics. But I didn't want to just learn how to put on makeup. I had to achieve the next level. I began to win my car. I became a car driver, earned the use of a car for free. I was the youngest car driver in Northwest Arkansas, and still, I didn't feel valuable, so I thought I'll just go to the next level. I'll become a director. I spent 12 months. Some people spend 3, 4, 5, 12 years becoming a director, but not me. I had to get rid of these weeds of insecurity fast. But still, at night, when it was just me, it was a lot like that little girl. I still didn't feel valuable. I had to remember, again, the lessons that my grandma had taught me. She said to get rid of those weeds, you have to pull them out by the roots. Have you ever tried to pull out dandelions by the roots? The roots are like as long as your arm. It's exhausting. And just like that, those weeds that were growing in my mind, it was kind of exhausting because you have to take every thought captive. Have you thought about how exhausting it is to take every thought captive? Because then you have to decide, is that thought a weed, or is it a seed that is going to create a garden and a life that you want to live? So the thought that says, you're never going to amount to anything, I wanted to rip that out and throw it away and never hear that thought in my mind again. But the thought that said, you can do anything you set your mind to. That was a seed that my 2nd grade teacher had tried to plant in my mind, and I had ignored it and let those weeds just grow. What about you? What weeds do you have in your life? What weeds are infesting your mind that you need to rip out? But when you rip them out, don't leave a hole. Plant new seeds. Seeds that will nurture you and create a garden and a life that is worth living. Your beliefs create your thoughts. Your thoughts create your actions. So choose today to plant the seeds and get rid of the weeds. Yeah.